Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep on something truly special. The revival of Lido Golf Club.
Ah, Lido.
Yeah, a legendary course, a
Yeah.
course that was thought to be lost for like over 80 years. We've
Wow.
got a first-hand account of how it was brought back to life.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's way more captivating than any sports documentary I've seen.
It really is remarkable. I mean, to bring back a course that was designed for hickory clubs
Right.
back in the golden age of golf.
Yeah.
What we're going to explore is can it actually hold up to, the modern game with
Yeah.
all of the advancements in technology?
That's the question, right? That's the million-dollar question. The original Lido was designed by Charles Blair MacDonald.
Yeah.
Kind of a pioneer, right, when you think
Yeah.
about American golf course architecture.
Oh, he wasn't just any designer.
Right.
McDonald was America's first U.S. amateur champion. So, he really brought a unique perspective, creating courses that challenged even the most skilled players back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this particular course, it was built on Long Island,
Right.
known for its innovative construction. They used sand dredged from the ocean floor.
Really?
Yeah, so it attracted New York's elite. It became a symbol of, like both sporting prowess, but also like social standing.
It's interesting how, golf courses were kind of intertwined with
Oh,
the
yeah.
social fabric.
Yeah.
But tragically, it was lost
Oh, no.
during World War II.
Really?
It was swallowed up by a U.S. naval base.
Oh, wow.
And then eventually just disappeared under housing developments.
Oh, man.
Like just a piece of golf history just gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but its legend lived on.
It did.
And that's where Mike Keiser comes in.
Right.
You might recognize him as the visionary behind Bandon Dunes,
Yeah.
kind of a modern-day golfing paradise.
Absolutely.
So this project, recreating Lido at his Sand Valley Golf Resort,
Yeah,
that was clearly a passion project.
for sure. And it's not just restoring what was left. I mean, they actually recreated the entire course,
Wow.
hole by hole. They used old photographs,
Oh, wait.
descriptions, a whole toolbox of modern technology.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking computer models, topographical maps, even GPS-guided bulldozers.
Oh, that's wild.
To get it right.
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting for me. So we're essentially talking about a golf course clone.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't just working off blueprints. They
Right.
were like piecing together this puzzle from a bygone era.
It's amazing. And what fascinates me is their commitment to capturing the spirit of the original Lido. The source even mentions that they might have exaggerated some features,
Yeah.
like the washboard fairways,
Right.
think deep ridges, trenches,
Okay.
to amplify the drama and the challenge.
Okay, so they're taking some liberties.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes you wonder how much of this is faithful recreation and how much is creative interpretation.
Right. So we've got this historical marvel brought back to life through meticulous research technology. But what about the game?
Right.
I mean, can a course designed for hickory clubs with its unique features, can it withstand modern golf technology?
Well, here's the kicker. The USGA chose the new Lido
Yeah.
to host the U.S. Mid-Amateur
Oh,
and U.S. Junior Amateur Championships.
no way.
Yeah. So we're not just speculating. We're about to see this clash of eras play out.
That's going to be epic. I mean, players using high-tech clubs,
Right.
balls,
Yeah,
on a course designed for a completely different era.
totally.
Imagine the adjustments, the strategies that they'll have to rethink.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. Let's delve into some of the design elements that make Lido so unique.
Okay.
McDonald was renowned for creating visually stunning and challenging holes.
Right.
He drew inspiration from legendary courses in Scotland,
Mm.
like North Berwick and Prestwick.
Oh, wow. Those are classic Scottish landscapes.
Yeah.
The rolling hills, the windswept dunes.
Exactly.
I wonder how he kind of wove those elements into his design.
Absolutely. And he was known for his strategic use of hazards,
Okay.
incorporating things like blind shots to elevated greens,
Wow.
deep cross bunkers. You got to have precise carries over those. And then there are these intriguingly named features, like the handkerchief fairway on the fourth hole.
Wait, a handkerchief fairway?
Yeah,
What is that? That sounds like a tiny little
it is.
patch of land.
Yeah, it's a tiny landing area, tucked amongst sand dunes and hollows. It's tempting you with a shortcut to the green.
Okay, but like we talked about earlier, that shortcut, that comes at a price,
Of course.
right? If your shot goes astray.
Yeah, he's testing your courage, your willingness to gamble for a potential advantage.
It's like he's setting up this mental game within the physical game.
Exactly.
Making you weigh your options. Balance aggression with precision.
That's right.
Yeah.
And let's not forget his innovative use of template holes.
Oh, yeah.
The Redan, inspired by North Berwick.
Okay.
And the Alps hole, modeled after Prestwick.
Huh.
He wasn't just like replicating, he was reinterpreting these classic designs, adding his own signature twists.
Okay. And speaking of signature twists, the 18th hole.
Oh, yeah.
A triple fairway.
Triple fairway.
And I've never heard of anything like that.
It's pretty amazing.
Can you imagine the strategic options?
It's really unprecedented.
Yeah.
Each fairway offers a different angle of approach to the green. You got to make a critical decision right off the tee.
Wow.
Talk about a grand finale.
Okay. Before we get lost in the excitement of the 18th hole,
Yeah.
let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
And unpack some of these intriguing holes in detail. Let's start with the ones that showcase MacDonald's signature Redan design.
Right?
What makes them so special? And why did he include 2 of them at Lido?
Well, the Redan, it's a hole design that originated at the legendary North Berwick Golf Club in Scotland. And it's known for its steeply sloped green.
Okay.
It runs diagonally, and that makes it, like, incredibly tough to hit and hold.
So MacDonald brought a piece of Scottish golf history to Lido.
You did.
But why 2 Redans?
Yeah.
What's the difference between, like, the one on the 3rd hole and the one on the 16th?
Well, he clearly loved the challenge.
Yeah.
And he wasn't just, like, copying. He was experimenting with the concept.
Okay.
So Lido's first Redan, on the 3rd hole, it throws a pond behind the green into the mix, adds an extra layer of pressure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you miss long, and you're taking a swim.
Oh, man. That's, I can feel the tension just thinking about it.
Right.
You've got this tricky green to contend with, and then the water hazard just looming large in your mind.
Exactly.
Room for error.
No. Now, the 16th hole Redan, even more dramatic.
Oh, really?
The front bunker's more prominent, more strategically placed. The slope of the green's even more severe.
Wow.
It's a true test of skill.
Okay.
Demanding pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
And perfect touch.
So MacDonald upping the ante as the course progresses.
Yes.
Taking a classic design and, like, intensifying it.
Yeah.
Do you think he saw these Redans as a way to, like, test the limits of a player's abilities?
I think there's an element of that, yeah.
Yeah.
But also a desire to create, like, these really memorable golfing experiences. You don't just play a Redan, you conquer it.
You conquer it. Okay.
Right. These holes stick with you long after you've walked off the green.
Speaking of memorable, let's talk about MacDonald's fascination with Prestwick.
Yes.
Another iconic Scottish course.
Right.
And he brought elements of Prestwick to Lido as well.
He did.
Right.
It was clearly captivated by Prestwick's, challenging terrain and that strategic design.
Yep.
The most striking example is the 10th hole at Lido.
Okay.
It's known as the Alps.
Okay. The Alps. That name alone, it conjures up images of, like, a daunting mountainous challenge.
That's right.
What makes this hole so special?
Well, it's a direct homage to the 17th hole at Prestwick.
Okay.
Aptly nicknamed, the Alps hole.
Right.
Imagine a massive mound of sand blocking your view of the green unless you play a precise tee shot to the right.
Wow.
It's a blind shot over a 2-story tall hill, a true test of nerve and skill.
I can just picture, like, golfers standing on the tee box and just feeling dwarfed by this, like, imposing hill, unsure of what lies beyond. It must be, like, an incredible feeling to finally clear the hill and then see the green reveal itself.
Oh, for sure. The sense of anticipation,
Yeah.
The strategic decision-making,
Yeah.
and just the sheer visual drama.
Right.
I mean, that's what MacDonald was a master of.
Yeah.
And, even after you clear the Alps, there's still strategically placed bunkers guarding the green.
Right.
Preventing an easy roll-in. It's just a constant challenge, a constant demand for your best game.
It sounds like MacDonald was not only, like, a gifted architect,
Right.
but also a brilliant strategist.
Yeah.
He really knew how to, like, keep golfers on their toes.
Yeah, forcing them to think several shots ahead.
And that's what makes, classic courses like Lido so compelling,
Yes.
even for modern players.
Right.
It's not just about, hitting the ball as far as you can.
Right.
It's about, navigating the course strategically.
Yeah.
Using, your wits and your skills to overcome the obstacles.
It's like a chess match, almost.
Yeah.
Each shot, carefully considered. each move impacting the next.
Okay, so besides the Redan and the Alps, what other holes stand out as like prime examples of MacDonald's design philosophy at Lido?
Well, if we're talking strategy and risk-reward, we have to discuss the fourth hole with its infamous handkerchief fairway.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine a tiny landing area tucked amongst sand dunes and hollows, tempting you with a shortcut to the green.
But as we discussed earlier, that shortcut comes with a high price.
It does.
If your shot goes astray.
You gotta be precise.
Right. It's like MacDonald is testing your courage.
Yeah.
Your willingness to gamble for a potential advantage.
Precisely. He's forcing you to, weigh the risks against the rewards.
Right.
Do you play it safe and take the longer route? Or do you go for the bold play knowing that the consequences could be severe?
That mental game, it must add like an incredible layer of tension.
Oh, yeah.
Excitement.
Yeah.
And it's not just limited to the fourth hole.
No.
Right. I mean, MacDonald seemed to weave this risk-reward element throughout the entire course.
Absolutely. And take the 12th hole, for example.
Okay.
It plays across a lagoon, forcing you to decide how much of that water hazard you're willing to challenge off the tee.
Okay.
Again, it's that balance between aggression and caution. Knowing that a boulder shot could lead to a shorter approach, but also carries the potential for disaster.
It's fascinating how he uses the landscape itself to create these, strategic dilemmas.
Yeah.
He's not just designing a golf course. He's crafting an experience.
He is.
A series of, like, captivating challenges.
Yeah. And let's not forget those blind shots.
Right.
We already talked about the Alps on the 10th, but there are others kind of sprinkled throughout the course.
Oh, okay.
Adding another layer of uncertainty and intrigue.
So, blind shots.
Yeah.
Elevated greens.
Right.
Deep bunkers.
Uh-huh.
These are all elements that have been familiar to golfers in MacDonald's time.
Yeah.
But how do you think they'll play for modern golfers who are used to, like, wide open courses and forgiving designs?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will they be frustrated by Lido's, like, quirky challenges, or will they embrace the opportunity to test their skills on a course that demands a different kind of game?
I'm leaning towards the latter. I think there's a growing appreciation for classic courses like Lido.
Yeah.
I think they offer, like, a unique playing experience, a chance to step back in time and experience golf as it was meant to be played.
Yeah, I agree. There's a certain, like, charm and elegance to these older courses that you just don't find in many modern designs.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to make the USGA Championships at Lido so fascinating to watch.
Right, because we'll see modern technology and playing styles clashing with a course that embodies, like, a bygone era.
Exactly.
It's going to be a compelling test of, like, strategy, adaptability, and perhaps even a bit of reverence for the history of the game.
Speaking of history, let's not forget the remarkable story behind Lido's recreation.
Right.
I mean, this wasn't just a restoration. It was a resurrection of a lost masterpiece.
It makes you wonder what other, like, golfing treasures are out there.
Right.
Just waiting to be rediscovered.
Just waiting to be unearthed.
Yeah. And it makes you appreciate the work that people like Mike Keiser are doing.
Absolutely.
To preserve and celebrate golf's rich history.
For sure.
Okay, so we've explored MacDonald's design philosophy, the strategic brilliance of his course layout, and the historical significance of Lido's revival. But what about those individual holes that really stand out?
Right.
Let's dive into a few more examples.
Okay.
That showcase MacDonald's creativity and attention to detail.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
What's next on our tour of Lido's greatest hits?
Well, let's talk about that 18th hole.
Okay.
That triple fairway masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around the concept.
I know.
What was MacDonald thinking when he incorporated such an unusual design?
Well, he was actually inspired by a contest-winning design.
Really?
Submitted by another golf architect, Dr. Alistair Mackenzie.
Okay.
You might recognize him as the mastermind behind Augusta National.
One of the masters.
Exactly. It's fascinating to see how MacDonald kind of adapted this concept, giving players 3 distinct options off the tee.
So it's not just a visual spectacle.
No.
It's a strategic puzzle.
Absolutely.
You have to analyze each fairway, weigh the risks and rewards,
Right.
commit to a line of attack.
Exactly.
Wow.
The center fairway is the safest, but the longest route,
Okay.
while the left fairway offers the shortest path.
Okay.
But it's riddled with hazards.
Oh, so you got to be precise.
You got to be precise.
Okay.
And then there's the right fairway.
Yeah.
It's kind of a middle ground between risk and reward.
Okay, so there's options.
There's options.
I like it.
Yeah.
Imagine the tension on that tee box,
I know.
knowing that your choice could make or break your score.
Totally.
It's like MacDonald is setting up this final test of your golfing IQ.
Exact.
And then, of course, there's the green.
Right.
It wouldn't be a Lido grand finale without a challenging putting surface.
Of course not.
So what kind of treachery awaits on the 18th green?
Well, it's a massive green,
Oh,
over 60 yards deep,
wow.
with a series of tiers
Okay.
that step down from back right to front left.
Uh-huh.
There's a significant drop, about 6 feet,
Okay.
creating a real challenge for putting.
Right.
Imagine trying to judge the speed and the break on a green like that,
Yeah.
with the pressure of the final hole weighing on you.
It's almost poetic, isn't it?
It is.
This resurrected course, culminating in a hole that demands strategic brilliance and delicate touch.
Exactly.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Lido, what are some key takeaways for our listener?
Well, I think Lido challenges our assumptions about what makes a great golf course.
Okay.
You know, it's not just about length or difficulty. It's about strategy, creativity, and a deep respect for the history and traditions of the game.
Yeah, it also makes you appreciate the role of technology,
Oh, absolutely.
both in the modern game
Right.
and in bringing a lost treasure like Lido back to life.
Yeah.
Imagine if they hadn't used those computer models and GPS-guided bulldozers.
Yeah.
We might never have experienced MacDonald's vision
Right.
in its full glory.
Absolutely.
And finally, I think Lido reminds us that the game of golf is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
But there's always value in looking back to the past,
Yeah.
learning from those who came before us,
Yeah.
and perhaps even rediscovering some hidden gems along the way.
I agree.
So, for our listener out there, we leave you with this. Imagine yourself standing on that first tee at Lido,
Yeah.
feeling the weight of history,
Yeah.
the anticipation of the challenge ahead.
Right.
How would you approach this course?
Yeah.
What strategies would you employ?
Yeah.
Would you embrace MacDonald's vision,
Yeah.
play it as it was intended?
Right.
Or would you bring your modern game and see if you can conquer this resurrected legend?
The choice is yours.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure. A round at Lido is more than just a game. It's a journey through time.
Yeah.
A celebration of the enduring spirit of golf.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Lido Golf Club.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring this fascinating story with us.
Until next time.